Hi, this is information you need, reporting all one word with the U. And I wanted to take some time out today to just do a brief video to talk about my anti-Illuminati dating cheating sheet. And it's something that I wish would have been around a long time ago when I first started dating. And had I had a tool such as this, I could have avoided myself a lot of situations that almost ruined my life. And that's why I came up with this tool, and with the book that I'm writing, how as a Christian I learned not to date or work for the Illuminati or the secret societies. And it just came to me one day that I needed to really self-publish this book and to start this anti-Illuminati dating website, because there's really a strong need. There's so many women that are clueless out there in this wilderness, trying to find a man to love them, or vice versa, men trying to find women to love, and they get actually the bait and switch, and they get duped into believing that the person is a good Christian, God-fearing man or woman, and then they pull the one over on you, and you find out that things aren't as they seem. Oh, shoot, I missed my turn. But one of the things that I really wanted to draw attention to is on the dating website, as well as the book and the cheating sheet, is just to familiarize people with maybe a sort of process that you take, and realizing how critical it is to your health when you choose a mate that's not right for you. So you gotta be really careful, and that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna help people, to do that. And the members will pay a small fee, and we'll try to guide them in the direction of the type of men that God would want them to have. We're gonna do the footwork for them, and check out these men to see if they're the type of person that God would want you to be with, or could you be equally yoked with this person. What are their beliefs? We're gonna do a lot of that for you, because I know that religion can be a touchy subject when you first meet someone, and I've even heard in self-help books or dating books where they even recommend people not to bring up religion at all when they first meet someone. And I understand, maybe the first date or whatever, but you got to realize that you have to save yourself time. Time is precious, time and money. And if you are waiting around to decide whether or not you want to ask these questions, it could be, you could be dating this person, maybe developing feelings for them, emotions, and then you find out, oh, they don't believe in Jesus. And so you went out on, several dates, and it was just a waste of time. And not saying, that you can't convert people and, and be a light in a dark world, but when you're, it's kind of a little difficult, I would say, when you have to convert your husband. And sometimes a lot of women would prefer for the man to already be established in his belief in Jesus, and to be already following Jesus, and not to have to really bring him up to speed. But not to say that that's totally out, but this website, or this service that I'm providing, is more targeted towards people who kind of want to save a lot of time, and that's what we're here to do for them, is to help avoid. Now, it's not never 100%, just like in any situation. There are people that are deceptive, but we are going to try to eliminate a lot of the guesswork and the mysteries, and just give it to you, everything, as far as, do they have a criminal report, what is their credit looking like, do they, what's their references for their past relationships, do they have a lot of women they burned, are they, playboys, so that's something to look out for. Just wanted to tell you, I'm diligently trying to, get it together for that, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to put this on maybe a Kickstarter type of funding page, because I'm going to need a lot of resourcing and financial backing, because this is huge. I can, tell that this is something, an untouched market that is lying there just wide open, and it's been blocked and defensed by so many corporations and elite secret society men that people just haven't even never provided this, and they never even, I guess thought, saw the big picture, and there's, I guess, what it is when there's cases of women that have been hurt from elites and destroyed, we don't have enough emphasis on that to show the example, to draw the light on, and to say, look what happens, look what these men are doing to these women. Like, for instance, there's a lot of elite professional players that date women, and they pass the woman around amongst each other, and there's a lot of dirt behind it, and they drop the credibility of these women, so that when these women try to report rapes or whatever abuse, domestic violence, stalking, whatever it is, when they report it, then they're not credible, and they have enough money to make you uncredible, to take away your livelihood, to get you down to in poverty. They just have to snap their fingers, say the word, tell their elite master, look, she's out. Don't give her any employment, don't give her any contracts, any jobs. It doesn't matter how much talent you have. They're not going to fund you, because they're not going to fund someone that is against what they represent. So the only way people can really become independent is to have your own business, and your own, because if you don't, then you're basically controlled, and they're going to be telling you can't do this, you can't do that. And that's why most of the major publishers, haven't published any book like this, because they're part of the elite system, so they're not going to be gung-ho about trying to get something off the ground that's going to basically be against what they, stand for. So, and you got to know that. So, just, want to tell you that, and hoping that you're having a, nice Saturday, and it sure is beautiful here in Washington State. I'm over here in the Puyallup area, and this is where they have all the horses and stuff I really love. But, those aren't available to a lot of people, so it's nice, at least I get to see them driving by. So, anyways, have a good one, and just be looking out for the website and the business and everything to come.